Transforming your life through hypnotherapy has never been easier. With the help of your host, Julie from coachinghypnosis.net, and these power-packed minisodes, you're sure to find yourself engaging in more positive behaviors around both your physical and mental health. Here's your host, Julie.
G'day, it's Julie from coachinghypnosis.net, and you deserve to know how to hold on to what's truly important, like your sanity, because people have had enough of being friggin' awesome and feeling bonkers at the same time. And I'm not a therapist or psychotherapist, but this is my 10th year as a clinical hypnotherapist in strategic psychotherapy. I currently help my clients online. They change their life without changing out of their pajamas. And I can only imagine someone like you has dreams, a vision of what you want your life to be like. And you deserve to live your life on your terms. And there's nothing worse than finding yourself in a position you don't want to be in. If you hate exercise and you find yourself at the gym every day, it can feel like stepping into a puddle with wet socks on. And the opposite is also true. Even people in the United States Army Rangers find out before they graduate, they're all fighting fit and healthy. But after graduation, they all start to binge eat and drink and find the experience insane. It's temporary insanity. It goes against their values and they just feel yuck. Sanity is a precious commodity in our fast-paced and often chaotic world. It can all be too easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of our daily life and lose sight of what's truly important. But just as a lighthouse in the storm guides ships safely to shore, our own sense of sanity can guide us through the darkest moments of our lives. And you deserve your inner lighthouse to shine bright like a steady beam of light. Be a beacon of hope, a signal to those lost at sea that they are not alone. You deserve to provide yourself with a sense of stability and security, even when everything around can seem like the world is falling apart. But when we are in the midst of a personal storm, our thoughts and emotions can be a bunch of BS, like turbulent waves pulling us under. It can be difficult to see a way out and easy to feel lost and alone. And just like there's light at the end of a tunnel, how do you know it's not another train coming? You need to enter the world of quantum linguistics, more specifically Cartesian logic. You might be thinking that sounds a bit fancy. Cartesian logic is just a system of thought that emphasizes the use of symptomatic doubt to arrive at a conclusion. And the most famous band from Wales, the Stereophonics, once sung, "Hurry up and wait, but what's worth waiting for?" Because when you automatically hurry up and get to work, hurry up and finish your day, hurry home to watch your favorite TV show, hurry to make dinner, hurry to go to bed, hurry to wake up in the rain, and then repeat that sequence over and over again, has your brain changed? Like, are you secretly expecting to win the lotto? Isn't insanity doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? When you reproduce the same level of mind every day, the quantum world shows us that the environment is an extension of your mind. So how could you ever create anything new? And as you know, cartoons and animations were once made by people drawing pictures. They would use tracing paper and draw each frame, and each frame was then photographed. It was kind of a sweatshop of creativity because movies were made at 24 frames per second. There was no way cartoons could keep up with 24 drawings per second. That was 2D logic, two-dimensional logic. It's like saying, do I want a chocolate bar or not want a chocolate bar? Eventually, 3D computer animation led the way. In 3D animation, 3D models are made. Then their arms and legs are moved in circular motions to create the illusion of movement. But 3D has its limitations. Imagine you can put a human inside a giant gyroscope with lots of spinning circles around, and the circles are inside the human and outside the human, fall in an invisible friendly force. The human can't put their arms straight over their head. It will be an arc in their movement. They can't bend their knees without their ankles or hips trying to compensate and roll in or out to fight the circular friendly force. Even space technology factors in limitations of 3D. Let me explain it differently. Take NASA's famous Hubble Space Telescope. I think there were 6 gyroscopes and 4 reaction wheels on the Hubble. And as you know, there's no resistance in space. So if one of the wheels on the gyroscope fails and gets stuck, technically the Hubble should spin out of control. wheel, and for every spin there should be a counterspin. Newton's third law. Reaction wheels are used to point Hubble at a target, but it also needs all of its reaction wheels and gyroscopes to not fail. But gyroscopes and reaction wheels fail in space technology all the time. Only thinking two ways about a problem is like 2D cartoons or even 3D. It's just not where the world is at. Technology has moved on. 4D technology incorporates physics. Imagine if you put your blood cells inside a 3D computer. It can only measure things like length, width, and depth. Your blood cells would be lifeless. I can only imagine someone like you stays up to date and likes shiny new things, and so does Disneyland. As you know, Disneyland has 4D rides like Toy Story Mania. Thinking about a problem in 4D and using the systematic approach of quantum linguistics in the method of Cartesian logic might just be what you need. But before I give you a few examples, notice I'm trying to emphasize the words would and did. For example, if a client wants to lose weight, the Cartesian logic would be what would happen if you did lose weight, what would happen if you didn't lose weight, what won't happen if you didn't lose weight, what won't happen if you did lose weight. So what would happen if I did lose weight? I would feel great. What would happen if you didn't lose weight? I would feel the same. What won't happen if I didn't lose weight? I wouldn't be time poor if I didn't lose weight. What won't happen if you did lose weight? I won't have more time if I lose weight. You see, the pros and cons almost cancel each other out. What about what would happen if you did feel more attractive? Great. What would happen if I didn't feel more attractive? The same. What won't happen if you didn't feel more attractive? I won't lose time. What won't happen if you did feel attractive? I won't have to lose weight. How much time do you need to lose in order to feel attractive? Your lighthouse should be a symbol of resistance, to stand tall against the elements, shining bright no matter what. Likewise, when we're able to maintain our sense of sanity in the face of adversity, it's a testament to our own strength and determination. It shows we're capable of rising above the chaos and finding a better place. And it reminds me of a story, how a gymnast who lost a friend in the Parkland mass shooting came to Iowa and found ways to heal, by Mark Emmett, from the book of the year's best sports writing of 2022. Iowa gymnast Alex Greenwald takes a pen in her right hand and writes, "Just keep swimming." On her thumb, it's her way of preserving the memory of childhood friend who died in the mass murder at their Florida high school. Nick Durrett was only 17 and always will be. Valentine's Day 2018, when an armed intruder fired 4 bullets into his body while he sat during his Holocaust history class in Florida. Nick was one of 17 students and teachers who perished in the deadliest high school shooting in American history. After the shootings, Alex attended vigils and marched with her classmates. Her hometown was consumed by sadness. She vowed to leave as soon as she could, thinking everything would be better once she got to Iowa City to begin living the perfect future. Alex said, "I thought things were going to be so much happier in Iowa City. I just couldn't wait to get away." But in retrospect, she was just carrying her own pain to a different place. She might not have known it then. She came to Iowa to heal. Alex had been an elite gymnast from a young age, and her friend Nick, who had been taken in the shooting, was going to be a champion swimmer. She remembers their trips to the ice skating rinks together, visiting his house and goofing around with Nerf guns instead of Barbie dolls. He was always laughing, always smiling, always in a good mood. Since the age of 14, Alex wanted to be an Iowa Hawkeye for gymnastics. She would wear all the Hawkeye apparel. Her friends at school would laugh at her for always wearing Iowa gymnastic shirts around town. On February the 14th, 2018, Alex saw Nick in her usual morning anatomy class. He was his typical goofy self, she said. Class ended at 9:10 a.m. and Nick left, telling Alex, "See you tomorrow." At 2 p.m, Alex left the school grounds as she did every day. A straight-A student, she was allowed to take her final class online. She smiled and waved, thanked her security guard, Aaron, the 37-year-old who was popular with the students. As he let her out, in 25 minutes, Nick would be among the dead. When Alex arrived at gymnastics that day, word had gotten out about some sort of shooting at the high school. There was no initial indication that anyone had been injured, so the gymnast got to work. Halfway through the practice session, it was known there were fatalities. At the time, it was past 7 p.m. and the tally of the 17 dead had been made public, although the names weren't known. When Alex got home, she turned on the TV and Nick's picture appeared. As one of the students unaccounted for, there was confusion because he had a brother, and Alex thought maybe the TV news crew had it all mixed up. Finally, she fell asleep at 2 a.m. She said, "I felt like it was such a big school, and I don't think you're able to comprehend the severity of something like that." She said, "Your brain tries to protect you and tell you, no, everything's fine." Alex attended a vigil for the victims on February the 15th. She went to a gathering at the home of an English teacher who wanted to give students an opportunity to see one another and sort through their feelings. At another gathering, she heard a survivor of the 1999 shooting at Columbine High School in Colorado speak about that experience. CNN came to town for a show devoted to the Parkland shooting. She marched with her fellow students in an effort to turn her frustration of anger into something good. Alex paid her respects at Nick's funeral the following week after the shooting, which was delayed so his relatives from Sweden could fly over. It was a draining experience for her, seeing so many people she didn't know, mourners and surrounded by television cameras, and ultimately coming face to face with her friend's mortality. It was an open casket, so obviously it's as real as it can get. You see him, he's not smiling, not breathing, Alex said. Everyone was speaking so highly of him, but also so upset about the event. I felt like there was so much sadness and so much pain on that day. Alex did not feel the need to take advantage of the free counselling that was and still is offered by the school. She felt she could sort through her own emotions on her own. Gymnastics helped. 3 days after the shooting, Alex competed in gymnastics in Florida. She finished 23rd out of 2,146 gymnasts. She was also grateful to have a sense of normality back in her life. By May 2018, she had finished second in the nation on the uneven bars. Larissa Libby, a gymnastics coach, describing the trauma Alex had been coping with since age 17. "My God, no child should see that. A lot of time I just let her talk. She would be quiet at first, but that's her nature. Maybe I wasn't out for her where she felt safe saying, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to get out of bed." Libby is accustomed to dealing with athletes who are broken in some way. Gymnastics is a constant strain on young sinews and psyches. The physical toll is enormous, but the mental strength required to excel may be even greater. Each event begins with a perfection, a score of 10, and punishes the competitor with deductions for every slight mistake. Libby saw the scars Alex was carrying firsthand at 4th of July when the noise of the fireworks bothered her. Alex tried to conceal her tears. Libby took note. "I'll always be connected to her in this way," Libby said. Of the 3 years she spent helping Alex become a better gymnast, while also trying to move on from unspeakable tragedy. "I worry about her as a mum will worry. I think she's strong enough, but you always worry." Libby knows Alex struggles may be subsiding, but may not have disappeared. Alex still won't commit to wearing headphones over both ears, always wanting to keep one ear uncovered to be in tune with her surroundings. And maybe sanity for you is just like gymnastics or a lighthouse in a storm, guiding one safely through the darkness with its steady beam of light. It deserves a beacon of hope, a symbol of resilience, a reminder we are not alone in the face of adversity. It is a reminder that even in our darkest moments, there's always a way forward. And just like a lighthouse shines its light for miles around, our sense of sanity can be a source of light and hope for not only ourselves, but also for those around us. But here's the thing, hypnotherapy isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Everyone's different, and what works for one person might not work for another. And that's why it's important to work with a trained and licensed hypnotherapist who can tailor the treatment to your specific needs and goals. But here is the one. Hold on to what's truly important, like your sanity hypnotherapy script called Goal Achievement. When you are starting to notice that it's becoming easier and easier to get what you really desire, you can begin now each day to begin to notice as you begin finding yourself doing things that you really enjoy, that part of you getting what you longed for, and you are feeling lighter and you float through everything you do. You can notice your air Notice with a sense of happiness that you are seeing that you are getting what you want. And as you find yourself enjoying things that are helping you and getting what you want, could it be that every day you're tingling with excitement as you notice you are achieving and will achieve, as you happily get closer to what it is you long for? And if you find yourself each night before sleeping enjoying writing down your achievements for that day, and making all the wonderful plans for tomorrow, you could notice that you could find yourself getting even more excited, encouraged, ecstatic about what it is that you're getting out of life. And with every breath you are taking, you start to realize that you are becoming more excited. But realizing that with every breath you are taking, you are getting closer what you long for. You're seeing everything clearly, feeling excited. You're so happy. And you know where that power comes from. It fills your heart and it beats each day, your life, with the images of your desires and accomplishments, past, present, future. And you know what you can do to get what you want and to easily achieve your goals and dreams. So what if you thought about what's truly important, like your sanity, differently? And what if you didn't? The choice is yours.